Visual Studio Code, commonly known as VS Code. As a programmer studying, VS Code is one of the most frequently used tools for learning, programming, and developing project software. In this review, I will explain what VS Code is, discuss its main feature, advantage, and disadvantage, and share why it has become one of the most popular code editor among developers worldwide. So, what is Visual Studio Code? Visual Studio Code is a short code editor developed by Microsoft. It was released in 2015 and has since become one of the most widely used code editor in the world. VS Code supports many programming languages, including Java, Python, JavaScript, and TypeScript, PHP, C++, Dart,
And
and many
here we
more.
choose what we want.
It's
we
available
choose
on
in
Windows,
application
Linux, Mac OS,
and
and making it
whatever you
accessible to
want.
developers on different platforms. Using interface, when opening VS Code for the first time, you will notice several important sections. So here we go.
So in this project, we're going to create a Flutter application using management with blockchain. First of all, you can start by creating UI. This makes simple UI like usual. You can use template or create UI. Since this project only focus to login, you only need to prepare two pages, the login page and the home page. For this project, we will use the HTTP request blockchain for state management, FPDART for error handling using Ether. Shared prevents from storing token login and Dummy API from JSON. After creating the UI, you can move to the blockchain implementation. First, create the file with the new block and name login. These three files are the core of the block state management. So here we go. Login event. To simply, it a login event person, an action performed by the user. It is used to comment the block C. You can think of it as a button action triggered by the user. For example, final login extend login event. This means the user want to perform a login action. In the UI, you might have something like contents read login project, add login request body. Currently, our event are login and logout. Login state reference of the current condition of the application. Example, login initial, login loading, and login success. To keep it simple, we only use login and login success. Login means the app usually sending a login request to API, and login success means login request was successful and the app received a response. For example, on login page, if state is login, return circular project indicator. This state comes from block C. Login block C, login the block C. It is the brain of the feature. The structures like this: class, login, block, extend, block, login event, login state. This means block C receive login event as input and product login state as output. The flow is user presses the login button, login event is sent, block C is processing the event, state change to login, API request is actioned, state change to success or failure. That's it. So next, app contents. There is called app contents. It's proposed to store value that remain constant through the application. This is prevent hard coding string everywhere and makes maintenance easier when changes are needed. Example: static string base URL. This base URL will later be used inside the API service. Example: final response view post. Without app constant, you would need the word full URL repeatedly. If someday the API URL change from http://json.com to http://mercifor.com, you would have to update every file. With app content, you only need to update it one place. And next is token app. There is also token K. This is used to in session manager. For example, string base URL. This base URL will be used in the API service. For example, final response due. Without the app contents, you will need to word the URL repeatedly. If used when saving data such login token. If you accidentally type the different key when saving and receives data, the data might not be found. Using constant help avoid those mistakes. Why using static? Why we use static? Because the value can be accessed without hurting an object. Instead of app constant base URL, we can directly use app contents base URL without kurung. The value remains fixed and can be accessed globally. Reusable widget. In this project, we also create several reusable widgets. Out button, error dialog, login text file. For login button, we use elevated button with the blue color. And next, texting the API with Postman. Now let's see open the Postman. Create a now collection and add request. Change the mode to post and use API URL. Then the header, content type, application JSON. Next, we go to the body and type selects raw JSON. Then enter the request payload. After sending the request, this response should look familiar like this. Now, let's login. Is the username provided by the API and login with the password. Emily
allow user to run
and
application
Emily
directly
pass.
from VS Code.
If everything works correctly, you will be ready to homepage. At this point, the login feature is complete. We haven't implemented registration yet, but that's because this project only focuses on authentication using login. That's all for this video. Thank you.
So and here we also can get Git support. Developer can track code changes, create commit, and push project to GitHub, all within the same application. And the last one is extension. One of the biggest strengths of VS Code is extension marketplace. Extensions are plugins that add new functional to the editor. Some popular extensions include Flutter and Dart. Flutter and Dart. These extensions provide tools and support for Flutter application development. And uh, Live Server. Live Server launches a local web serve automatic and refresh web page whenever changes are made. That's it for me. The review for advantage of the VS Code. In my opinion, VS Code offers several important advantage and free to use, large extension ecosystem, multi-language support, and not full IDE by default. Thank you. So I recommend you to use VS Code for your code editor. Thank you everyone.